standard form. So the first step would be to kind of look at the equation, and if there's no coefficient in front of x or y, it's a good hint that it's going to be a circle. And so what you want to do is you want to get the x's and the y's next to one another. So the nice thing is I already have my x's and my y's next to one another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a space. So then I'm going to have y squared plus 4y, and I'm going to put a space. And then I'm going to have that equals 12. The reason that I'm putting a space is that I'm going to complete the square. So if you go back to the previous videos on completing the square, that'll walk you through the detailed steps of doing the completing the square piece that you'll need in order to convert these equations. So in order to find what goes in the blank, I take the middle number, whoops. So I have 6x, so it would be 6 divided, or negative 6, divided by 2, and then I'm going to square that value. So 6 divided by 2 is negative 3, and negative 3 squared is 9. So that means I'm going to add a 9 to both sides of my equation. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here to y. I'm going to take the number in front, divide it by 2, and square it. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So when I do this, I'm going to have this new equation of x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals, and I'm going to take the 12, the 9, and the 4, and I'm going to add all three together to get 25. Now again, going back to how we complete the square, when you complete the square, the whole purpose is so that you get two equations in parentheses and that can factor. So if I have x squared minus 6x plus 9, that's going to factor to x minus 3. There's a couple of quick pro tips here. If you go back to this step, whatever is inside of this parentheses is what it's going to factor to. So this is negative 3, so it's going to factor to x minus 3. This is a positive 2, so this is going to factor to positive 2. And now we have the equation of our circle in standard form. So I know that the center of the circle, if I graph this in Desmos, is at 3 and negative 2. And the radius is going to be 5. So it's going to be really key. I'm going to post the completing the square video as well, so you can just refresh yourself. But to convert any of these equations, you're going to need to complete the square as a part of the step.